Preparing the stream. Yeah. Right, hello everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time to connect online, and welcome to the next session of 12 months, 12 ways of being smart. We are very fortunate today to be joined by Esteban, who is going to give us a presentation on empowering workers with the right safety technologies. So without further ado, Esteban, all yours.
Thank you very much, Jose, for the introduction. First of all, I would like to thank Madrid Innovation Labs and Accenture for organizing this event, and obviously for inviting us, giving us the opportunity to present ourselves, our company, the challenge that we're trying to address, and to tell people a little bit more about our solutions. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Esteban Bayro-Kaiser. I'm the CEO of WearHealth. I am originally I'm half German, half Bolivian. I kind of grew up all over the place in Bolivia, Germany, England, Chile, and now I have been in the past 12 years in Germany, where so previously I studied, I did a master in telecommunication, electronic engineering, and in Germany at the Institute for Artificial Intelligence, I did a PhD for artificial intelligence with focus on wearable computing. Throughout the several research projects that I had the opportunity to work on, the main focus was how wearable technology, how artificial intelligence and data analytics could be used to keep industrial workers safer, healthier, and more productive. And this was kind of the inspiration behind WearHealth. So we saw in the opportunity that bringing these new types of technology to the workplace, because in terms of innovation, today we still see that kind of the workers are left behind. There's still a huge opportunity of making workplaces safer and healthier. So that's why with my team a couple of years ago we decided to found the company WearHealth. Yeah, and today I want to tell you a little bit more about ourselves. At WearHealth, what we basically do is we're an analytics company. We help industrial companies to optimize their manual processes so that they can keep their workers safer, healthier, and more productive. We are a startup, so we're based in Bremen, Germany. That's where we have our headquarters, but our team is kind of spread throughout several countries in Europe and also outside of Europe. These are some of our customers. So we have customers from the logistics sector, manufacturing, automotive, and construction. Most of our customers today are based in Europe. Keeping the manual workers fit for work now in the future. What does this mean? You probably know that especially in Europe, the workforce, so tasks, heavy duty tasks, or tasks with highly repetition, the workforce is getting older. So there's no younger people are not entering or kind of willing to do these jobs. So it's getting older. The work is getting heavier, and obviously attracting new talent to do these jobs is getting harder and harder. So putting a focus on your workers and protecting them and keeping them working longer is starting to be a very an important focus for companies today. And there's several ways how you can improve the workplace, how you can improve the processes so that you can protect your workers. We in the past years have been focusing especially on workforce augmentation solutions. So workforce augmentation solutions are specific, for example, wearable supportive systems such as exoskeleton that help workers to reduce the load. What we have seen is that these tools have a big potential in reducing risks at the workplace, and thus keeping workers safer and more and healthier. But the way that these solutions are being implemented is quite it's not that well structured, and today it's not data driven. So we are partnering with these solution implementers and helping with our analytics to make this process much more easier. And what we call it is a data-driven, fast and cost-effective implementation. What enables this? This enables this empowers stakeholders within companies with objective results and to speed up buying. It also helps to reduce testing times and costs, because you know exactly where to focus on, where to set priorities, and what are the potential solutions that might help your workers. And third of all, with this process and with our solution, we help companies to monitor and predict their KPIs in terms of safety and health. The way that we are helping companies to make better decisions with our analytics, we have divided it in three essential steps. So we call the phase one is first of all a need assessment and solution matching. What is this? Imagine within a company there's several workstations that you have. So what we do is in a very easy way, and this is basically a mobile application where for example a safety health manager can very quickly go and scan a specific workstation. This means he's recording a video. He includes information about the task. So information such as the weights that are being lifted, how long does the task take to execute, repetitions, are there rests periods included, and so on. Based on that information, in a very precise risk assessment ergonomic risk assessment of that task can be already done. And at the same time, what we do is we're matching those risks with a database that we have from this workforce augmentation solutions such as exoskeletons, so that in a very simple and very fast way, customers can already know where do they have the highest risks and where can they optimize these risks or reduce these risks with these supportive systems. So this is this is what the phase one is all about. It's just figuring out, very simple, which are my risks and how can I solve them. Then in the second phase, it's all about validating. So validating the solution. And this is something that we support with sensors. So this is a sensor-based assessment. And the goal here is figuring out or quantifying what is going to be the impact of that solution in the process itself, but also most importantly on the worker. And with these sensors, by analyzing motion data by analyzing physiological data, for example, from heart rate sensors, we're able to quantify not only what is the reduction in risk in the worker, but also what is the changes in performance. For example, how is the implementation of such a solution improving the way that workers are working, or for example, the way that they are lifting. Lifting is one of the key risks at the workplace where people are not lifting properly, and these solutions help workers to lift better. So being able to quantify that can in an objective way show companies or show managers what is going to be the return on an investment of implementing such a solution. Because obviously it is important to protect your workers, but it's also important to figure out how these new solutions will provide a return investment for companies, and providing these analytics helps management to take better decisions. And then in a phase 3, once once tasks have been prioritized, a potential solution has been identified, then a solution has been validated, and the return on investment and the benefits have been quantified, then the phase 3 is going towards implementation. And with our software, what we support is throughout the implementation, continuously doing assessments to see how the workers and how the solution is improving safety and health, to continuously monitor the KPIs, but also do further improvements. This is how our application looks like. So it's basically an application that includes the necessary functionalities to collect data, both from videos, so helping managers to do quick scan at the workplace, but also to equip workers with some sensors. So in this case, we rely on motion sensors that can be placed in the body on specific strategic areas. So this is not a solution it's not a full body solution. It's not a full body assessment. It's a solution that analyzes specific areas from the body. So for example, today, the body parts where there's the most injuries at the workplace are shoulders and back. So what we focus is on, we place sensors strategically in those body areas so that we can measure the performance. Very important about our solution is that our goal as a company, we want to democratize how these services are provided. What does this mean? This means that we want to enable any company out there to make better decisions on how to help the workers. Today, these processes are done require expert support. So this requires, for example, ergonomists going to the companies equipping almost kind of in a lab setting with several sensors, doing analysis with several different types of sensors. And we want to kind of, with the power of technology, with the power of artificial intelligence, we want to make this scalable and easy and very easy to use, so that we don't scale this process through people, so that people need to go to the companies, but it's already a very simple solution to use, but highly powerful in terms of the insights that it can provide. Now I would like to show you. I hope the streaming works out fine. I would like to show you some videos, some demo videos of our software. Also, if there's any questions, please write them in the chat. So after the presentation, I'll be very happy to address them. So this is the software solution that we have for phase 1, where the risks are identified and a potential solution from our database is matched. As you can see here, the motion, the video is analyzed, and the posture of the person is quantified and assessed in terms of risks. So you see the upper arm are red, so the ergonomic risks are detected. Those are matched with the exoskeletons that are in the database. And then a list of potential solutions for that specific workplace is provided. The second video that I would like to show you is the one for phase 2. So phase 2, this is what we do once we want to figure out what is going to be the impact of the solution and quantifying the potential ROI. Here on the left side, you can see what is the type of data inputs that we're using. So we're calculating the workload, the physiological workload, the impact on the worker itself. We're also assessing the ergonomics. So we're assessing the motion of the worker, and by combining those data points, we're quantifying what is the reduction in load that is being provided by the use of this specific exoskeleton for the worker. And the way that we provide our analytics are basically simple and easy to understand and easy to share documents. So these are PDF documents, specific reports. And for the phase 1, we have the name of this report is, we call it the pre-screening report. And this I would like to show now with you what is the content of such a report. So I will quickly switch the document that I'm sharing. Just give me a second, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, no problem.
Somehow I cannot find the window on Zoom to. Okay, yeah.
Perhaps you need to share all your computer.
Yeah, now I.
Okay,
Now I have.
it's here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So this is our pre-screening reports, and all our reports are we use data as an input, maybe videos or sensor data. This is processed with artificial intelligence and brought in connection with an expert knowledge database. But also we have a team of ergonomists that always before any report is sent to our customer, and the recommendations that are included within this report are provided by expert ergonomists. So these reports are semi-automated. So it's part analytics from an algorithmic perspective, but also there's experts having a look before we provide the recommendations. So the pre-screening report. The pre-screening report is done based on videos of tasks and task descriptions. So here you can see the first page is an executive summary. So this is the goal of this page is to help customers to take a decision. First of all, on where they can set priorities, and if they can solve or if they could implement a potential exoskeleton. So as you can see, for example, in this is a report for a logistic company. So there's 3 tasks have been selected to be analyzed. So one is packing, picking, and loading. Based on a video on the video recorded with the application and the task information, a first ergonomic assessment or ergonomic risk assessment can be provided. And as you can see, for packing it's caution, for picking it's hazard, and loading caution. Now further, there's an exoskeleton task fit, and what it shows is, can that particular task be optimized with an exoskeleton? And as you can see, with the packing, there's a poor fit. With picking, there's a good fit, and loading a good fit. So, as a decision to move forward, you could set priority and saying, okay, let's focus on picking because that's where the higher risk is, and there's a good fit, or also proceeding with both, where there's also loading is caution.
Esteban, there is a question.
Yes.
If you can explain a success use case. I mean, perhaps you are going to do at the end, or if you would like to explain at the same time you are presenting. Okay.
I have it actually at the end. At the end of the reports, I will explain a success case. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll let it for the end because it's in the presentation.
Okay, sorry for the interruption.
Thanks. So and what we provide is kind of a specific analysis per task. So as you can see here, the specific ergonomic risks and the hazards that are within those tasks. This is done specifically for every task. Where, for example, in task 3, left arm and right arm are where you have high, the risks are in the red zone. And finally, there's a list for every task with a list of potential exoskeletons, showing which exoskeleton could help for which task. Now I will show you our second report. So this is a report that we do based on sensors. This report is a report that we do in phase 2. So the goal here is to assess and quantify the impact of those exoskeletons that have been selected in the workplace. So again, we start with an executive summary where there's an overview of the data that has been collected, and most importantly, how much by implementing that solution in that specific work process or workstation, how much risks in this case it's a back exoskeleton, so how much lower back risk reduction has been achieved by or could be achieved by implementing such a solution. Based on these risks, based on the reduction of risk, with this then an analyzed return on investment can be calculated. So obviously the factors that are included here are the costs, for example, costs for injuries, costs of the implementation of the devices, and reduction of risk that can be quantified to a return on investment. Then further on in the other pages, there's a more specific analysis of how the exoskeleton is impacting the process itself. So, for example, there's a specific analysis of how, in terms of motion, posture, and forces that are being performed throughout the work. There's an assessment ergonomic between each particular task. And what you can also see is what is the physiological impact. So how is the workload of the worker being affected? And as you can see, is by implementing an exoskeleton, in this case, in this example, the workload has been reduced by 23%. But also very important is that the time spent in recovery increases. So this is what constantly exoskeletons are showing, that the way that workers are executing the tasks is lighter for them. And finally, you can also see a daily overview of how the task is being performed in terms of workload with and without an exoskeleton. Now I will go back to the presentation and address the question, which is a very important one.
Yes. In the meantime, I have another one in relation with the exoskeletons. Are they done standard, or are they prepared for each task or for each person?
Your question is if the exoskeletons are standardized per task?
Yes.
So there's several types of exoskeletons in the world, and there's around up to 30 manufacturers of exoskeletons. These exoskeletons, they are not one size fits all. So, and they work very, very good if they're applied in the right workplace or in the right workstation or process. So that is, you cannot just have an exoskeleton and use it for every task. You need to figure out where is it going to maximize the support. And that's where we're helping with our analytics, kind of to find which exoskeleton will help to which process.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the question, and I think it's well, obviously it's a very, very important question. One of our success, we have a case study. It's also on our website. This is with Distribuzione. This is an energy company from Italy, where the goal of this company was they were seeing they were having issues with the workers, so complaints, injuries in specific maintenance task. This specific maintenance task was one where workers were changing the resistors of the electricity lines, a very, very heavy task. And they wanted to understand if exoskeletons or which exoskeleton could be beneficial for that task. So we implemented, we use our software and the sensors to collect data for those specific workplace, for those specific tasks, and quantify the impact of the exoskeleton. The results in that pilot were, from a data perspective, were very positive, which led the company to roll out exoskeletons throughout that specific business unit and for that task, because it showed that it was reducing risks, so reducing risks of MSDs. It had support from the workers, so from a comfort perspective. And with the data, they could go to management and show management why it would make sense to implement such a solution, and they proceeded with a step-by-step rollout throughout that business unit. And finally, that is the brief presentation that I wanted to show you today, explain you a little bit more about what we do. And now I'm very happy to answer further questions.
Thank you very much, Esteban. Great presentation. Thank you very much. There is a question in relation with the time. This how much time it takes. Well, it depends. I mean the process, but each of the phases that the three phases that you mention, the analysis, the in-field testing, validation, and the automation, more or less.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, very, very good question. So phase one is very fast because it only requires a couple of collecting some information from the tasks. So this can be done in a couple of hours. It's just one person going, filming the tasks, including information about the tasks. And once this information has been uploaded to our cloud, then we proceed with the analytics. So that's basically the time that it would take. So in a couple of days, so time from the customer side, it's a couple of hours, and then within a couple of days we already have the results to present it to the customer. Phase two every exoskeleton manufacturer and exoskeleton distributor, they have some specific standards already developed for their exoskeletons, but usually there is once you start testing an exoskeleton, so you shouldn't go put the exoskeleton on the worker and the worker starts using it every day. It takes time. So ideally there's a ramp up phase, which means that, just as an example, for example, in week 1, you start using the exoskeleton. First, day 1 hour, day 2 2 hour, 3 hour, and then step by step you start increasing the usage. The reason why is so that the worker, the user of this exoskeleton gets used to wearing it. Then so that's the ramp up week, and then the second week, that's where the exoskeleton can already start being used full time. And in terms of data collection, we keep it very, very efficient. So we need 2 days of data at the very beginning. So we need data without the exoskeleton. So that's 2 days of data at the beginning, and 2 days of data at the end. So after the ramp up phase, after the worker has been using the exoskeleton already a couple of days full time, then we collect 2 days of data, so that then we can do the assessment. Once the data has been collected, and also this process is very intuitive, so even workers by themselves can set up the system to collect data. Then after a couple of days, we already have the results that can be presented.
Great, thank you. And how normally when you start the conversation with an industrial company, which area do you start with normally? With the safety or with the production? Or what is the channel?
So there's several stakeholders within companies. So it's upper management. So ideally it can be C-suite. If it's a smaller company, it can be C-suite, C-level managers. But for example, a plant manager, a business unit manager, and health and safety. So those would be kind of the key stakeholders to start the conversation.
Okay, and normally what difficulties and also for one side the difficulties and then also the advantages that you see when you start working with the upper management, but also with the workers?
In general, difficulties is that everybody has their own kind of goals, right? So they have their own KPIs, and this goes from the worker till upper management. And the challenge here is to figure out how these types of implementations can answer to those KPIs from each. For each specific stakeholder.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Great. So perhaps it would be a good idea to show your. Are you going to? You have complete the presentation just in order to
Yes.
share your contact, just in case. Yes, this one. Okay, because I think it is really very, very interesting. I could say that in Accenture there is in Spain there is a center in the north of Spain focused on Industry X. then this kind of solutions with this kind of innovative solutions are shown normally to the clients, industrial clients. So we are going to include your solution, Wearhealth, in that area, in that center. And well, normally if someone is interested on knowing in more detail, because well, you have shown it very well about the technology, the process, and then well, they can contact with you directly.
Yes. So these are my contact details. Please feel free to send me an email, or my phone number is also there. Our website, visit it. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to say thank you very much again to Madrid Innovation Lab and to Accenture for organizing this and giving startups the opportunity to present their solutions. So this is definitely a great initiative. So congratulations for that, and thank you very much for inviting us. And obviously we would be very happy to also to show our solutions in the Industry X lab from Accenture. We'd be happy to do that. So thank you very much.
Okay, another question. How is it easy to work with different countries from your side? For example, from Spain, it could be easy, or how do you manage this?
Yes, so we work very closely with exoskeleton manufacturers, exoskeleton distributors, almost in every country in Europe, and also we're starting now outside of Europe, and we also support we support the customers directly. So it's very easy. We are a multi-language company, so last time we counted, we speak around 14 different languages. So
okay,
and,
great.
And yeah, so we're very happy to support customers from different countries.
Okay, Esteban. So it's great. I don't. Let me check finally if there is any other questions. Well, there is no more questions. I think well, it has been a great presentation. Well, and of course, thank you very much for your time. And well, we are looking, as you mentioned, that these opportunities to connect corporations and startups, trying to find, in this case, using artificial intelligence solutions that help to be smarter the companies, in this case for the safety of the workers. And well, thank you very much, and we will be in contact. And I hope with the attendees to this meeting just now in this moment, but as it is being in YouTube, probably it will be another ones that probably they are also very interested in your solution. Thank you very much, Esteban.
Yeah, and thank you very much for the attendees. Thanks a lot, and for the kind questions.
Well, yeah, that's fine for me. Thank you very much for taking the time. And yeah, your socials are there, so anyone that wants to get in touch, either look at the website or email Esteban. So, right. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.